Man, happy New Year's to you. What's up, family? Man, what's up? What's up? What's up? Come on in, come on in. Talking about new beginnings today. New beginnings. New beginnings. New beginnings. Man, I'm gonna go ahead and get started, family. Probably not gonna be on too long today, but man, I just wanted to jump on and touch base with you guys today. Man, it's the first of the year. Man, new beginnings. On behalf of my mother-in-law, man, I bless each and every one of you that are here. For those of you that come on this live, and for those of you that come on later or catch it on a replay, man, may God bless you as well. Man, on behalf of my beautiful queen and I, man, we love you guys. We thank you for spending this time with us. We thank you for being on this beautiful journey called life with us. We thank you for being an active participant in the tribe. Man, we thank you for your camaraderie and your love. Man, we're talking about new beginnings, new beginnings. It's a trip yesterday. My queen and I, we sat there and we watched on Netflix Guillermo's Turl's Pinocchio or something like that. It's on Netflix. Just Google Pinocchio on Netflix and it'll come up. This new movie that just came out this year, or it came out 2022. Man, what's up with you, Cheryl? Is that Cheryl or Sherry? Walter, man, namaste, bless you. And it was talking about Pinocchio, right? And it's crazy because the story, and I've seen the Disney version of Pinocchio so many times, but I've never seen this new version of Pinocchio, right? And this Italian guy wrote it and directed it, and it's based on like an Italian boy's life, right? During the war. And it's a trip because it gave you such a totally different perspective of Pinocchio, of God, of life, right? And it's a trip because we're talking about new beginnings, new beginnings. And the trip is this young man. He'll sit in this elderly man. He had a son, and man, I don't know what happened. His son died, right? And he blamed God, just angry and mad at the world because his son died. And he was a great carpenter. He was working in a church, and he was making this statue of Jesus in the church. And his son forgot something, went back in. They were leaving, and there were some bombs that came and hit the building and killed his son. And so this old man just heartbroke, and just crying and just losing it, trying to drown his pain in the bottles. You know what I mean? Becomes a drunk. And I'm talking about this stuff. I want you guys to try to just paint, not paint, but just imagine your life going down this path. Just put yourself in this person's shoes. You know what I mean? This is what we don't do enough of. We don't try to imagine walking in somebody else's shoes. We're quick to criticize and we're quick to say what they should be doing and what do. And we never even take the time to try to sympathize with them, try to empathize with them, try to understand their pain and suffering. And so this old guy, he's brokenhearted, he's frustrated. His little son, 11, 10 years old, is killed by a bomb. And man, he's just left all alone, right? And so he cuts down this tree and he's like, I'm gonna make me a son. And that's how Pinocchio came. And so he's always calling Pinocchio Carlos, which was his son's name. And Pinocchio's like, I'm not Carlos. And it's like, yeah, because Carlos was good and whoop whoop whoop, and you're always bad and you're always doing crazy stuff and da da da. And that's so many of our lives. Our family members, they look at us and it's like, damn, how come you can't be like your sibling? How come you can't be like whoop whoop whoop? Man, why are you just like your daddy? Why are you just like your mama? And blah blah blah. There's so many people have so much to say to us about us and never understand who we really are. Never understand why we are the way that we are. You know what I mean? And it's a trip because This little kid, he just want to be alive. He just the Pinocchio. He just want to experience life. He just want to learn and grow and just do his thing. You know what I mean? But everybody was always trying to put him in a box. Everybody always had their hand out. What's up with you, Paul? Everybody was always having their hand out, trying to control him and manipulate him and force him into seeing life the way that they wanted him to see life. And he wasn't trying that. He was, man, I just want to do what I want to do and learn and do. And everybody's trying to control him. And it's a trip because we've gone through so much and we've never really truly learned how to let it go. And so that's what we were talking about today is, man, new beginnings. New beginnings. Man, 2022 is gone. You know what I mean? Whatever happened, it happened. Good or bad, it happened. You know what I mean? You can't change that. You can't. It's saying that just unconnected. I don't know if it's going still or not. There we go. Man, I don't know why. It's, for whatever reason, every now and then, I'm not gonna say the weather. The weather is nice out today. So, but we can't control the past in that regard. We can't control our circumstances in that regard. Whatever happened to us. It's the truth. As a kid growing up, everybody used to always tell me, man, you just like your daddy. You just like your sorry daddy. You just like your pathetic daddy. And I was named after my dad. You know what I mean? I was John B. Broadway the fourth, right? And so everybody's constantly comparing me to my violent ass dad. Everybody's always trying to compare me to my raggedy, ratchet ass dad, my thugged out fucking dad, who was a fucking hoodlum from LA. You know what I mean? Running the streets and just doing the most. And everybody, when they saw me, they saw my daddy. And that used to fuck me because I wasn't trying to be like my daddy. I was trying to be me. But when they saw me, man, they saw my daddy in me. And I could never shake that. When I came around my mom now side of the family, it's a trip because I didn't meet my mom now side of the family until I was grown. I was like 21, 22 years old when I first met them. And it's like, man, I reminded them of my daddy. I reminded them of the sister that they lost. Again, my father murdered my mom when I was 2. My mom was the oldest of 9 kids. And so she was everybody's parent. And so when my mom's family looking at me and talking to me, they knowing my name is John Broadway. They knowing that I remind them of my daddy. I look like my daddy. But I'm also reminding them of the sister, the mom that they lost. And so they're pushing me away. They're not trying to be close to me. And I'm not understanding it. I'm catching hell because it's like, man, this is family. And man, I'm the long lost grandchild. I'm the oldest grandchild on my mom's side of the family. But I was causing them pain. Through no fault of my own. I wasn't intending on causing them any pain. I wasn't trying to hurt them in any way, shape, or form. Just my presence was causing them pain. Because I reminded them of my daddy. I reminded them of their sister. And so often we look at people in our lives now and man, we catching hell. They're treating us like crap. And we don't understand why are they treating me this way. And it's not even about you. It's about them and God. It's about them and they unresolved issues. It's always about them and their unresolved issues. You're just the one catching the hell. Going back to Pinocchio. Pinocchio's looking at his dad, and it's like, man, why are you treating me like this? Man, da, da, da. And you're calling me a bird, and you're calling me a nuisance, and all this other stuff. And he's like, man, you're treating me so bad. And it wasn't even about Pinocchio. It was about the fact that this guy lost his only son. It's about the fact this guy never had closure with his own son passing away. And so all he wanted was another son. And so he created, what's up with you, God, 48? He created a son. And this son didn't remind him of any way, shape, or form of his first son. And so he had all these images and expectations of what he thought this son was going to be like. And this son's like totally different. Like, nah, motherfucker, I'm not doing that shit. I'm going to be me. I'm going to do me. And his daddy wasn't ready for that. And so that caused a lot of problems. And so we all have problems in life. We've all gone through things, traumatic things in life. Some of us more devastating than others. And we could all get up here and talk about, man, all the hell we've caught, all the stuff that we've gone through. But most people won't talk to us about, man, how do you let that go? How do you let go of the baggage? How do you let go of the trauma? We're in 2023. It's dripped last night out here. Man, it was raining. As 2022 was ending, it was raining. The rain was washing away the old year. The rain was washing away all the pain and the trauma and the chaos that occurred in 2023. The rain also symbolized a refreshing, a rejuvenating, a cleansing. It's ushering in 2023. Got up this morning, walked with the king. I'm the queen. I'm sorry. And we went to go eat breakfast. And it was breezy out. It was kind of cold, breezy out, right? And so like we're just talking like, man, this breeze is rejuvenating the air. It's refreshing. It's blowing out all the stagnant of yesteryear. How do we cleanse? How do we let go of the pain and suffering? Man, you got to be willing to let it go. Everybody said they want to let go of the pain, but everybody don't really want to let go of the pain. Some of us, we hold on to the crap that we've gone through because that's our identity. That's who we are. That's how we get sympathy. And we got this victim mentality. And so we hold on to the fact that our daddy wasn't shit. Our mama wasn't shit. And they abused us and they neglected us and they sexually violated us and they physically beat us and they emotionally beat us down. And we've gone through all this crap. I was in a relationship where this motherfucker beat on me. He cheated on me. I gave him the best 10 years of my life. And we get all these stories of what we've gone through. Okay, cool. It is what it is. What are you going to do about it now? Are you going to sit here in your 20s and in your 30s pissed the fuck off for the rest of your life because you gave this person 5 years? Because you was in this relationship for 10 years and now you in your 20s and your 30s and you pissed the fuck off and you not trusting men no more because you chose the wrong motherfucker to hook up with. So now you just cut all dudes off. All dudes ain't shit. All women ain't nothing but a bunch of hoes. How do we let that go? It's a new beginning. 2023 should be a new beginning. And not just, and so many of us, we go through the same shit every fucking day. Every fucking year, it's the same fucking drama and trauma over and over again. Different people, same outcome. Different situations, same outcome. Different jobs, still getting fired. Different jobs, still getting in a fight on the job. Still cussing out the boss on the job. Whatever the case may be, because you learn the lesson. God, source, not going to let you let go of whatever it is you've experienced until you learn the fucking lesson. It's the problem with most of them. We think we know so much. We think we got shit all figured out. Oh, I know why that motherfucker just wasn't no good, and he was just a hoe, and he was just a tramp, and she just a bitch, and she just a mud duck, and she just and gold digger. We got all these things we blame everybody else, and what God has said, no, motherfucker, it really ain't about them. It's never about them, and I don't care what they do to you. I don't care how they hurt you. It's really not about them. It's about you and me. See, you in a relationship with God, but you mad at God because these motherfuckers are cheating on you. You mad at God because this relationship ain't going the way you thought it was gonna go. You mad at God because this job ain't turning out the way you thought it was gonna turn out. You mad at God because you thought you was gonna get that promotion. You thought you was gonna get that new house. You thought you was gonna get that new car. You thought you was gonna be able to have a baby. And God is like, no, motherfucker, I ain't never told you that shit. And because you had all these expectations and shit didn't work the way you thought it was gonna work, now you mad at God. But you know you can't fuck with God. And so you low-key blaming everybody else. You mad at God, but you're blaming your daddy. You're mad at God, but you're blaming your mama. You're mad at God, but you're blaming your baby daddy. You mad at God, but you're blaming your ex. You mad at God, but you blaming the government. You mad at God, but you blaming the teachers. And God has said, man, in 2023, you motherfuckers better grow the fuck up. In 2023, man, life is going to be real hard for you if you refuse to grow the fuck up. Life is going to be great for so many in 2023. But life is going to be hell for you if you refuse to grow the fuck up. You refuse to understand and get in connection with God and stop playing these stupid childish fucking games. When I was a child, I thought like a child. I act like a child. When I became an adult, I had to put away childish thinking, childish actions. I'm a grown motherfucking man now. It's time I start acting like a grown fucking man. It's time I start thinking like a grown fucking man. I can't keep acting and thinking the same way I did when I was 14 years old. See, we go into 2023 and we thinking, man, everything's gonna be great. And man, I'm getting married. I'm gonna have this happen and this gonna happen and this gonna happen. And I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna ball out this year. We say that shit every and nothing fucking happens. We say this is gonna be my best year ever. I'm gonna live my best life ever. And then at the end of the year, we're like, fuck, I can't wait for this raggedy ass fucking year to get over with. This has been the worst fucking year ever. And we'll do with all this negative toxic shit to say. Why? Because we refused to put in the fucking work to do what we had to do during that fucking year. We had all these fucking expectations, and then none of this shit play out the way we thought it was going to. And now we're mad. And we can't wait for this motherfucker to end. And the next year to begin. But we don't even fucking understand. The next year's gonna begin and end the same way last year began and ended. Why? Because I haven't grown the fuck up and I haven't become accountable and responsible for my own fucking life and dealing with my own fucking emotions. And it's a hard word to hear. It's a hard fucking word to hear. But until you put in the fucking work and learn to let go of the bullshit, you're going to keep getting bullshit. Until you learn to let go of your crazy ass thought process and your toxic ass belief system, you're going to keep getting that shit every fucking year. And you're going to catch yourself 40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old, and now you're bitter as fuck. Why? Because you wasted all these fucking years hoping and waiting and expecting for shit to get better, and it never did. Life never got better for you. Your relationships never got better for you. Because you refuse to grow the fuck up. You refuse to grow the fuck up emotionally. And deal with your bullshit and to learn the fucking lessons. You can only elevate by learning the fucking lessons and passing the fucking test. This ain't fucking America. What I mean by that, life is not about the stupid ass fucking American philosophy, no child left behind. We gonna just pass your fucking raggedy ratchet ass whether you show up to school or not. We gonna pass your toxic dumb ass whether you do the homework or not. Whether you flunk all the testing, nah, I don't give a fuck. Here, send them on to the next fucking teacher. Send them on to the next fucking grade. Now you're graduating from fucking high school and you can't read a 5th grade reading level. 18 years old and you can't fucking read. 18 years old and you don't have a simple understanding of mathematics, of addition and subtraction and division and fractions and multiplications. Why? Because they never gave a fuck about you. They just passed you along. They didn't want to keep dealing with your ass. So we're just gonna send you on to the next teacher. Hurry up, get this motherfucker out to school. We don't give a fuck whether he can read or not. That's not how God gets down. That's not how Source, the Most High, gets down. You gonna pass these motherfucking lessons or you gonna keep your raggedy ass right there. If that means you gotta keep going through the same test for 30 fucking years, you're gonna go through the same test for 30 fucking years. God don't give a fuck how old you think you is. God don't give a fuck how smart you think you is, how spiritual you think you is, how deep, how woke you think you is. You gonna keep your dead end ass right there. Why? Because you refuse to do the work to go to the next level. So you got to deal with your shit. 2023, that's the year, man, it's the Great Awakening. That's what we should be calling it. 2023 is going to be my Great Awakening. Why? Because I'm understanding all the shit that I've gone through. I'm understanding why I had to go through this shit. I'm understanding the lessons that I was supposed to learn. And because I finally learned all the fucking lessons, man, I don't have to deal with that bullshit no more. I don't have to carry that fucking trauma and drama no more. I passed that fucking test. I can move on beyond that shit now. This is going to be our great awakening for a lot of us. But for a lot of us, 2023 is just going to be like 2018. 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. Why? Because we refuse to do the fucking work. We refuse to do the fucking work. What's the work, Elijah? Man, deal with your fucking shit. Be honest with your fucking self. Humble yourself. God, man. I've had all these women I was dating. I have all these guys I was dating. I have just this one guy I was dating. And God, I don't understand why the relationship ended. I don't understand why this business opportunity failed. I don't understand why this career had to end. I don't understand why. Man, humble yourself because you don't fucking know it all. Stop walking around like you so fucking deep, so fucking smart. You know everything about the thermal laws of dynamics and all this other shit, but you can't fix your own shit. You can tell everybody about meditating and crystals and sage and all this other shit. Oh, I don't eat meat no more. I'm vegan. I'm vegetarian and all this other stupid, simple-minded fucking bullshit we spew. But you can't sit there and talk about why you hate yourself. You can't sit there and talk about why you have such low self-esteem. Why you feel inferior. Why you feel like you're not good enough. Why you low-key hate yourself. Why you don't think your body's good enough. Just the way it is. There's nothing wrong with it. I love exercising. I use exercise as a couple different things. It releases the toxic energy. Exercise releases the toxic energy. Exercise, it burns off the excess fat. But exercising ain't gonna do shit for you emotionally if you don't deal with your shit. You gotta put in the fucking work emotionally to get rid of your fucking shit. Exercising alone ain't gonna change shit. Mike Tyson was, man, he was a phenomenal, you know what I mean? Awesome specimen. Great shape. In his heyday, man, when too many people in better shape than Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson got up at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning every day and ran, whether it's cold, raining, or whatever. He ran 5 miles a day. Great specimen as far as his physical physique. But he wasn't wrapped too tight. Mike Tyson had a whole lot of fucking issues. That's why he was able to go into the ring as a champion and been champion and bite somebody's fucking ear off. Because he had some shit he hadn't fucking dealt with yet. So exercising alone ain't gonna help you deal with your fucking bullshit. Yoga, meditating, none of that shit is going to help you deal with your fucking bullshit. You could go to church forever and not deal with your fucking bullshit. The only way to deal with your bullshit is to sit there and look yourself in the mirror and say, damn, I'm gonna fix this. Damn, I see you for who you are. I can get dressed. I can hide the fact that I'm a liar. I can hide the fact that I'm a snake. I can hide the fact that I'm a hoe. I can hide the fact that I'm a thief. I can hide the fact that I got low self-esteem and that I hate myself and that I'm suicidal. I can hide all that shit by how I look, my makeup, my eyelashes, how I do my fucking hair. And nobody sees me for who I really am. But I can't hide that shit from me. I can't hide that shit from God, from Source, the Most High. We have to grow up emotionally. We have to grow up emotionally. We have to learn how to let the shit go. You have to learn how to deal with your shit. And stop being so fucking distracted on other stupid stuff. See, we'll get on social media, we'll get on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all this other shit, right? And before you realize it, man, you've been on social media for 35 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, and you ain't accomplished a fucking thing. You got on for one reason and the hours done went by, 2 hours done went by, and you catch yourself, oh shit. Damn, where did time go? You get on TV and you put on Netflix, Hulu, and Disney and all this other stuff. And man, 4 hours have passed you by. And it's like, oh shit, I didn't even eat nothing yet. Oh shit, I didn't cook, I didn't clean, I didn't do anything I said I was gonna do. Man, I was watching this series and man, this shit got good. And I watched all of this shit in one day, just sitting here binge watching, and time don't pass me by. And that's what happens with our fucking life. That's what happens with every year. Man, time passes us by because time don't wait for no motherfucking body. Time ain't waiting for you. We all got the same amount of time every day. Every day, we all have 60 minutes in an hour. Everybody has the same amount of time. We just don't utilize our time the same way. See, prior to me getting married, man, I would get up at 3 o'clock in the morning every day without an alarm clock. And I would go into meditation for an hour. I would sit there and start studying and reading and dealing with some shit. I walked out into the garden and started looking at the plants and just touching them. Why? Because there's an exchange of energy with the different plants. You have to do the work. I was doing more before 6 o'clock than most people was doing all fucking day. It's not about bragging. And I'm man, you gotta have 8 to 10 hours of sleep. No, the fuck you don't. You don't need 8 to 10 hours of sleep every fucking day. That's not what we need. And when you look at the real successful people, they'll tell you the exact same thing. They'll tell you you're wasting your fucking time. They'll tell you you're squandering time. It's always the mediocre motherfuckers that want to sit there and sleep for 10, 15 hours a day and not do shit. And they want to get up and take another 2-hour coffee break before they do anything. That's mediocre people that ain't accomplishing shit, that ain't doing shit. And then they wonder, man, I don't have no power. I'm not like you. And I don't understand how you can feel energy, how you can sense energy, how I could be on the other side of the country and you know what I'm going through and you know how I feel and you can speak life into me. And man, where do you get this power from? Where do you get this information from? How can you walk up to this person who's sick and touch them and man, they feel better? How can you say something and this person was suicidal and depressed and man, you just hugged them, not knowing what the fuck they was going through, but you hugged them and you spoke life into them? Because they put in the fucking work. They were willing to do what most people don't want to do. They were willing to make the sacrifices of, man, I'm going to sleep 8 to 10 hours today, and then I'm going to get up and sit down and chop it up for another 3 hours with the fellas and the homies and the girlfriends and watching TV and being on fucking social media, not doing a fucking thing. Oh, but I'm going to be super spiritual. I'm going to post this right here, and I'm going to copy this meme right here, and I'm going to send this out, and I'm going to copy this meme right. You ain't doing shit. Oh, that's spiritual work, but you ain't doing shit. That's why you ain't got no fucking power. That's why you ain't got no fucking authority. This is a grown folk channel. We talk about real shit here. You know what I mean? Real shit here. If you want the power that people don't have, then you got to be willing to do the work that people ain't wanting to do. You doing what everybody else is doing. That's why you're mediocre just like everybody else. That's why you ain't got no power just like everybody else. When you look at Jesus, Jesus was willing to do what his disciples wasn't willing to do. Jesus was willing to put in the fucking work. That's why he had power. When you look at Paul, Paul was willing to put in the fucking work. When you look at the disciples, after they got their shit straight, they were willing to put in the fucking work. That's why they were able to change lives. That's why the woman with the issue of blood, man, she's gone to all the fucking doctors and all the fucking know-it-alls, and they couldn't fucking fix her. They couldn't fucking help her. They couldn't do shit for her except take her fucking money. And she came to Jesus. She didn't say shit to Jesus. She didn't even ask Jesus to touch her. She just touched the hem of his garment. She just touched his fucking clothes. And she was healed. Why? Because she put in the work. And she knew that he had put in the work. See, most of us will never make a difference in life because we ain't ready to put in the fucking work. What's up with Unique? Man, we're glad that you're here. You gotta put in the fucking work. You gotta separate yourself from everybody else. You gotta do what everybody else is telling you. Oh, it don't take all of that. And you've been super spiritual. And you don't need to do all that. And no, you don't need to do all that to be on their fucking level. No, you don't need to do all that to be on their fucking frequency. They have the no power that they have. You ain't got to do all the extra shit. We have to grow up. We're talking about learning how, you're talking about new beginnings. In order to have a new beginning, you got to have let go of some shit. A new beginning only comes when you've allowed yourself to grow. A new beginning only comes when you allow some shit to leave. How can you have a new beginning if every fucking day you think in the same fucking way? You have the same fucking belief system, the same fucking low vibrating frequency. Every day is a new day to us. But what hasn't changed is our mentality. What hasn't changed is our belief system. And so we wake up every day. It's a brand new fucking day, and we fuck it up because we got the same fucked up belief system. We got the same fucking baggage. We wake up, shake ourselves, get our coffee, get dressed, wash our face, and then we grab that old negative, toxic belief system. We wake up, and we go to sleep, we put the shit down, we get up and put the shit right back up here. We patting our head, and we putting that old belief system back on. That old low vibrating bullshit. We pack that shit on, and we pop our collar, and we do all the shit we do, and we're picking up the baggage every fucking day. And then we go to sleep. And when you go to sleep, when you finally get to sleep, you're letting go of all those belief systems. You're letting go of all that toxic shit. All the trauma, all the pain. And the truth is, most of us can't sleep at night, or we're fidgety at night because we're holding on to toxic ass shit. And so we're laying there just tossing back and forth. We're laying there, understand, man, how come I can't sleep? How come I'm just laying here tossing? How come I'm just laying here just agitated and frustrated and da-da-da-da-da? Because you're holding on to some toxic ass bullshit. You won't let it go. You won't let it go emotionally. And so your body's laying there just turning, just restless. Can't sleep. And then we wake up and we do the same bullshit that we did yesterday. And the same bullshit we did last week. And the same bullshit we did last month. And the same bullshit we did last year. And the year before that. And the year before that. Why? Because we refuse to let go of the bullshit. How do we let it go? How do you let it go? First and foremost, you have to want to let it go. I'm going to say again, you have to want to let it go. See, a lot of us don't want to let shit go because we still mad. A lot of us don't want to let shit go because we feel entitled to be pissed off. We feel entitled to be mad that this motherfucker cheated on me. So yeah, I'm going to keep bringing it up because you a low dog motherfucking dog and you a hoe and you fucked up this relationship and da-da-da-da. And we keep bringing this shit up. Why? Because we mad and we're pissed the fuck off. Because shit didn't work out the way we thought it was going to. The shit didn't work the way we planned and expected it to. And so I'm bitter and angry. I remember my late wife, Cecilia, she had stretch marks and she had cesarean. She had 3 sons. And man, she could never get rid of that little tummy part right there, you know, where they had the surgery, they did the surgery, that went in with the knife wound and all that. She could never get rid of that stuff, right? And so she used to be so pissed about that. She used to be so angry about that. She was so self-conscious about her stomach. And nobody knew that her stomach looked the way it did. Nobody had any idea that her stomach had the scars from the C-sections. You know what I mean? Nobody knew that her stomach had the little stretch marks that it did. Nobody understood that because nobody saw her stomach because she always wore baggy clothes. And so nobody knew that she had that. And so although she was beautiful on the outside, although she dressed nice, although she had a great job, although she had a great car and all this other shit, nobody knew the shit she was battling. Nobody knew the emotional wounds and trauma she was dealing with. And so when people looked at her, it's like, damn, you got a great life. Damn, you should be with. And nobody understood why she was always hurt. Why she could never just have real peace and joy and happiness. She looked like she had everything she wanted. Great looks, nice vehicle, great job. But she had some baggage she couldn't let go of. She had some trauma that she refused to let go of. One day we were sitting there in the car at the job, and she was explaining to me, and she told me that I was wrong for telling her that she should let that go. She said, I'm entitled to have these feelings. I'm entitled to feel this way. I'm entitled to be mad. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? What are you talking about? Nobody's saying that you're not entitled to think what the fuck you want to think. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying at some point, you got to grow the fuck up and deal with your shit. Because you come across as real ungrateful. You come across as real selfish and real petty. God has blessed you with great beauty. God has blessed you with a great career. God has blessed you with a beautiful home, a loving man, and a great career, and all this other shit. And you mad because your stomach looked this way? Out of all the shit that he's blessed you with, all the shit he's given you, and you mad because you had 3 C-sections and you ain't got your 6-pack no more? And that's all you can be pissed about? And so you holding on to this trauma? You sound real ungrateful right now. You sound real petty right now. Yeah, you entitled to think what the fuck you want to think, but don't think you going to the next level. Don't think you super spiritual and you going to another level. You can think what you want to think. Nobody's telling you not to think what you want to think. You're entitled to believe and think whatever you want to believe. But what you can't do is hold on to whatever belief systems you want and be able to expect yourself to grow and reach your full potential, holding on to all those same toxic, unhealthy belief systems. Life don't work that way. God don't work that way. Yes, you entitled to believe what the fuck you want to believe. You entitled to do what the hell you want to do. Just because you're entitled to hold on to that baggage don't mean that God's going to bless you. Just because you're entitled to hold on to that baggage don't mean that God is going to elevate you. God is not going to force you to grow the fuck up emotionally. If you want to stay that way for 50, 60 years, God is going to allow your ass to stay right there in that dead-end position, that dead-end belief system, all 40, 50, 60 years, if that's what you want to do. God is not going to force you to grow the fuck up. That's what he's not going to do. That's what Source is not going to do. The universe is not going to force you to grow up. You're going to keep going through the same bullshit over and over and over and over and over until you get to the point, man, I need to grow up. But if you never get to that point, man, I need to grow up, man, you're never going to grow up. And you're entitled to stay as spiritual as you want to be and as toxic as you want to be at the same fucking time. You could be as religious as you want to be and still hateful and racist and all this other bullshit that you are. Because nobody's going to force you to grow the fuck up. Nobody's going to force you to deal with your shit. Nobody. God will let you die at 90 years of age still carrying that toxic fucking pain and baggage that you've been carrying for 80 fucking years. He will let you do that. Why? Because you have freedom of choice. You have free will. Every single one of us has free will. God is not going to force you to do anything you don't want to do. Free will. That means you have to be responsible and accountable for your own fucking life, for your own fucking actions. That's free will. So how do you let the past go? How do you let the pain go? Humble yourself. You have to humble yourself. Man, I don't know everything. Man, why do I keep going through the same shit? Why do all my relationships end the same way? Why do all my jobs end the same way? Why every year seems to be ending the same way? What's up with you, Remy? Happy New Year to you, bro. Why does this keep happening? Why, man, okay, man, there's a lesson in this. God, the source, the Most High, is trying to teach me something. What the hell is it that I'm supposed to learn? See, because I never look at it as what I'm supposed to learn. I keep looking at this as I keep picking these dead motherfuckers. I keep picking these sorry motherfuckers. And so now I'm mad at women and I'm hating women. Now I'm mad at men and hating men. Because I want to accept responsibility for my fucked up actions and my fucked up belief system. So I'm going to blame them for being toxic. I'm going to blame them for fucking my life up. Because the truth is, I don't want to grow up. I don't want to grow up emotionally. So I'm going to keep holding on to what I'm comfortable with. I'm going to keep holding on to all this baggage. I'm going to keep holding on to all these toxic beliefs. I'm going to keep holding on to these toxic patterns. Because I don't want to grow up emotionally. I don't want to accept responsibility. I don't want to sit there and learn the fucking lesson. The life lesson. You got to learn the lesson. You have to learn the lesson. If you don't learn the lesson, you're going to keep going through it. You cannot receive your blessing until you learn the lesson. In every situation you go through, every situation that you go through, good or bad, there's always a blessing attached to it. Always a blessing attached to your circumstances. But God is not going to have spoiled ass fucking kids running around with this entitlement belief system thinking that they can just get blessings upon blessings upon blessings without having to do no fucking work, without having to grow the fuck up. That's not how God is. You're not going to get the blessings until you do the fucking work. And doing the work is, man, what is the lesson? What's the lesson? How do I grow through this? What am I supposed to have learned from this situation? And see, some of us, we say, okay, man, I learned this and that, but that's not all that you're supposed to learn in that situation. Man, I learned to be a little more picky about the guys I choose. And we think that's all we're supposed to learn. And we run off, jump in another fucking relationship. And then another one, and then another one. God is like, no, there's a lot more lessons in this one fucking shit, this situation. You're not listening. You're not paying attention. Humble yourself. Get connected to God. Learn the lesson. Take a time out. See, humbling yourself and getting connected to God, that's just taking a pause. That's just taking a time out. What you're saying at that time is like, you know what, man, I'm cool. You know what I mean? Let me stop rushing the process. I want to help him get married because my biological clock is ticking. I want to have kids. I want to have these millions. I want to have da. And we're trying to rush the process and we're cheating ourselves. We're trying to rush the process. We're trying to skip over the lessons. We want the benefits. We want the blessings without going through the classroom. And God is saying, I don't work like that. God don't have spoiled ass fucking kids running around. God don't have motherfucking kids running around with this entitlement mentality. God ain't got kids running around talking about gimme, 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 gimme. You owe me, you owe me, you owe me, you owe me. And why? That's not how God operates. God'll beat the fuck out your ass. God'll humble you real fucking quick. God'll sit your ass down somewhere. And oftentimes, he does that to help you understand the lesson. He'll dry everything up. He'll pull everybody away from you. He'll completely isolate you. So you have no more distractions. So you can learn the lessons. What some of us do, we get so arrogant. We become so spiritual in that isolation. And we think, man, I've elevated. Man, I'm just too deep for these motherfuckers. I'm just too spiritual for these motherfuckers. I'm just da-da-da-da. They ain't on my frequency. They ain't on my fucking level. And so it's hard for me to get a man. It's hard for me to get a woman. It's hard for da-da-da-da because these motherfuckers ain't on my frequency. These motherfuckers are low vibrating. Woo. And this God is like, no, motherfucker, sit your arrogant ass down. You ain't all that yet. You ain't all that. That's your ego fucking you up. That's your ego playing games with you. You still refuse to grow up. You still refuse to learn the fucking lesson. And so you're pointing your fingers at everybody else. Because it's never about anybody else. Started off the conversation talking about that. Everything we go through in life, it's always about us and God. Everything. I don't care whether you were raped. I don't care whether you were molested, whether you were physically abused, sexually abused, rejected, kicked to the curb, abandoned. None of that shit matters. The lesson in all of that is, how did my relationship with God change? How did my relationship with me change? See, we go through shit in life, but we're never supposed to allow that shit to make us bitter. We're never supposed to allow that shit to make us toxic. We're never supposed to allow that shit to make us untrusting. But that's what we do. We go through life, and life is beating us up to where that time, I don't trust motherfuckers. I'm gonna hold you at arm distance. You know what I mean? Nope, you can't come in and whoop the whoop. And man, we're so distrusting. We're so bitter. We're so hateful. And God said, I didn't send you through all that bullshit for you to be hateful. I didn't send you through all that bullshit for you to become fucking racist. I didn't send you through all that bullshit for you to hate fucking men. I didn't send you through all that fucking bullshit for you to hate fucking women. I didn't send you through all that bullshit for you to say, man, I'm gonna go sit on a mountain somewhere and just become a monk and not fuck with people and just have my own garden and just do my own meditation and just do my own kung fu and do my own yoga and fuck the world. And God didn't send you through all the bullshit that you went through so you could isolate yourself and cut everybody the fuck off like that. That's not why you went through all the bullshit you went through. You went through that bullshit so that you could remember who you are. You could recognize who you are. You can allow the love that's within you to radiate out in your darkest times. In the times that you're full of despair. The times that you're confused. Man, can I find myself? Can I connect with God? Can I be a beacon in this darkest of times? No matter what I'm going through, can I be so full of love and compassion? Regardless of what I'm going, can I be so full of hope? Regardless of what I'm going, man, can I have peace of mind? Regardless of how dark and chaotic the world, man, can I have joy? It's a trip because most people that meditate, they think, man, I gotta isolate myself, man, just to be able to clear my mind. I gotta isolate myself, cut everybody off, and just take myself away from everybody. And man, just go into my little space and go into my little head and just now I got peace. Now I have joy. Now this is my happy place. Why? Because I cut everybody off. I'm in my own room. I'm in my bathroom. I'm in nature. I'm wherever I'm at, where that's my little space, my little happy place. You see, we fucking missed it. See, what God had to show me was, Elijah, it's not about you having a happy place like that. It's not about you having a room dedicated just for meditating, just for studying, and just for you to go isolate yourself. No, your life is supposed to be a walking meditation. No matter where you're at, no matter what your circumstances look like, no matter how dark it is, no matter whether you're around toxic people, no matter where they're suicidal and depressed and full of anger and anxiety, can you be a walking meditation? Can you give light and love to these people in their place, in their time of despair, in their time of hopelessness? Regardless of how little money you have, regardless of whether or not you understand, man, I don't know how I'm gonna pay the rent. You know what I mean? I don't know how the rent is gonna get paid. I don't know where my money coming from. I don't know where my gas for my car is coming from. I don't know where it's gonna happen. And I don't know how this stuff is gonna happen. But it ain't about that, man. Why? Because I'm connected to Source, and He's gonna provide for me. But man, right here, right now, these people need hope. These people need love. These people need an inspiration. These people need somebody to tap into. Man, let me just infuse some love and some peace and some hope into their lives. I know I don't have everything I want. I don't have everything I quote unquote need. The reality is you got everything you need at that time. Everything is always working out for us when you're in alignment, when you're really tapped in. See, as long as you're looking at things that are not working out, as long as you're looking at, man, I'm still carrying all this trauma, I'm still carrying all this pain, and you don't see it as the lesson. You haven't learned the lesson. See, once you understand, man, that everything is always working out for me, and you believe that with every fiber of your being, man, you're no longer traumatized because you understand, man, there's some shit coming out of this. There's some shit that's going to help me. It may not help me right here, right now, but there's some shit that I'm going through right here, right now, that's going to help me when I need it. It's giving me some knowledge, some information, some wisdom, some insight so that I can help somebody else a little later. Now, when that little later comes, oh, that's why I went through whoop. Man, let me talk to this person. Let me share with this person my experiences. Let me share with this person the things that I've learned to help them come out of their darkened space. Everything is always working out for us. Everything. Not some things, not most things, everything. But you gotta let go of some bullshit. You gotta let go of the toxic shit. You gotta let go of the self-hatred. You gotta let go of the victim mentality. You gotta let go of the woe is me, and motherfuckers just always mistreating me, and they're just so mean, and I'm just such a godly person, and I'm just a loving and caring person. I'm so nice, and people just mistreat me and abuse me and don't understand me, and da-da-da-da. Shut the fuck up with that whining ass bullshit. We have to grow up. We have to grow up emotionally. That's how we let go of the pain. That's how we let go of the trauma. That's how we let go of everything that's no longer serving us. We have to grow up. We have to grow up emotionally. And the only way to grow up emotionally is sitting there and saying, okay, man, I'm not blaming nobody. I'm not mad at nobody. I just want to understand the lesson. I just want to understand the purpose of why this happened. Because if everything's always working out for me, I needed this shit to happen to me in my life. I needed my daddy to reject me as a little baby. I needed to see my daddy murder my mom as a 2-year-old kid. I needed to be sexually molested twice by religious people. I needed to have women walk out of my life. I needed my sister to dog me the fuck out the way she did. So now I can sit back and instead of being mad at them. Now, that don't mean that you have to keep in touch with them. That don't mean that you have to, man, keep allowing them into your vicinity, allowing them into your circle. No, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? You got to have some healthy boundaries. Because you love me, man, I'm not fucking with you. Because I know what you about. You with the bullshit. But I understand why I went through the bullshit that I went through. It wasn't about you. It was about me. It was to help me grow. It was to give me some knowledge and some wisdom and some insight that I needed to help me reach my full potential. That's why I went through all the hell I did. That's why I had to grow through the shit that I had to grow through. See, we go through shit, but we don't grow through shit like we're supposed to. That's what mature people do. Mature people grow through shit. We grow through our pain and our suffering. We grow through our trauma. You grow through it. You understand why it happened. And so now you're no longer angry and mad and hating the people that caused you all the pain. You no longer see yourself as being a victim to their bullshit. You appreciate the lessons. You appreciate the people for dogging you the fuck out. You appreciate the people for causing you the broken hearts and for stabbing you in the back and robbing you and doing whatever the bullshit. You appreciate them. Why? Because you understand the lessons. And so you just see them as, man, that was a teacher for me. You taught me a painful fucking lesson. I couldn't have got that lesson any other way. And so I appreciate you teaching me that lesson. I'm grateful that you taught me that lesson. I'm grateful that I had the ability to learn that lesson. Why? Because so many people are going through those same circumstances and they won't grow through them. They won't grow up. And so they'll keep going through the same bullshit over and over and over because they won't grow through it. I'm talking about new beginnings. New beginnings. Man, you could be as great as you want to be. You can be as powerful as you want to be. Learn to discern. Man, that's real talk right there, Dennis. That's real talk right there. I've made several videos talking about the difference of discerning and judging. Discerning and judging have absolutely nothing to do with each other. Judging is an emotional, intellectual thing. That's judging. Discernment is a spiritual thing. Discernment is an intuitive thing. It's the thing from the intuition, from your intuition, from God, source the Most High. There's a big difference with discernment and judgment. You have to have discernment to learn the lessons. See, most of us, we use judgment, we use our logic. And that's why we have this victim mentality. That's why we have this arrogance about, man, I don't know why these people just dog me the fuck out and they just mistreated me and we get all pompous and arrogant and self-righteous because we're judging other people. Discernment is, man, I'm not judging you. I appreciate you. I know your intent was to hurt me. I know your intent was to dog me out, but you didn't even understand. You were just used as a teacher. You were just used as a vessel to help me learn some shit, to help me grow through some shit. That's discernment. That's growth. That's maturity. We have to grow up emotionally. Man, 2023. It's going to be a great year for some of us. For some of us. We're going to go to different levels spiritually. Higher levels. Deeper levels. And for some of us, we're going to hit fucking rock bottom. For some of us, we're going to crash and burn. It's going to be a painful fucking year for some of us. It's going to be a humbling fucking year for some of us. Why? Because everybody ain't at the same level spiritually. Everybody ain't on the same level in their growth and development. 2023 can't be the year that everybody blow the fuck up. 2023 can't be the year everybody start walking in their power. Because we're not all there yet. And it is what it is. Man, get in where you fit in. Stop trying to rush the process. And humble yourself and understand, man, it is what it is. Okay, I'm not there yet. But my time is going to come if I keep doing the fucking work. I got to go through what I got to go through. I've been procrastinating and putting this shit off for the longest. It's like ignoring your health. You know you're in a lot of pain. You know your body's fucked up. And you keep procrastinating on going to the doctor. You keep procrastinating on getting your shit straight. You know you should be doing some different stuff, but nah, you keep finding excuses to keep putting it off. And then you have a fucking stroke. Then you have a fucking heart attack. And now reality sets in. And it's like, oh, fuck. You have this epiphany. You have this life-changing experience. You have this life-changing thing happen in your life to where now I gotta change. I can't keep putting it off. I can't keep ignoring my fucking health. Now I'm gonna do the work. I've allowed myself to get to 400 pounds. And the doctors kept telling me to lose weight. But I wouldn't. Now I got to do the work. I got to change my fucking diet. I got to change the shit that I eat and when I eat and how I eat. Now I got to get up and start exercising. Start doing all the shit that I knew I should have been doing all fucking long. Now I got to put in the fucking work. I'm going to get to where I want to get to, but now it's going to cost me some shit. It's going to cost me some fucking blood and sweat. It's going to cost me some time and some energy. It's going to cost me, man, I got to change my behaviors. I got to change my toxic patterns. I got to change my belief system. And so it is with our growth and development. So it is with our growth and development. We have to grow up emotionally. And the trip is, life don't force you to grow up emotionally. Life doesn't make you grow up emotionally. God won't make you grow up emotionally. No matter how much crap we go through, we still have a choice to stay in that same toxic ass belief system and keep those same toxic ass patterns. You gotta want this. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to reach your full potential? How bad do you want your queen? How bad do you want your king? How bad do you want that business opportunity? See, everybody want to be successful. Everybody say they want their boo and what do, but everybody ain't willing to put in the work to get that. Everybody ain't willing to deal with their issues and deal with their toxic patterns and their belief system and their toxic frequency that's keeping them away from all the things that they want. Everybody want to be financially free, but everybody don't want to stop splurging. Everybody want money and have money saved up, but everybody don't want to stop spending money on stupid shit and wasting money on foolishness. We want to be able to go to the store and buy what the fuck we want, when we want, how we want. We want to be able to go on vacations and be comfortable, but we don't want to be responsible to save money. We don't want to be responsible to say, man, I really don't need that shit that I'm buying right now. This was what this really suffice. This will work for me. I don't need to go spend $50, $75, $100 on this stupid shit. It's nice, but I really don't need it. It's nice getting a new pair of kicks, but I got like 15 shoes in the fucking closet. I can only wear one pair at a fucking time. We have to grow up emotionally. We have to be willing to put in the work. Whatever it is that you've gone through, whatever it is, and I'm speaking from experience. You guys know my story. I'm speaking from experience. I'm not telling you what the Bible don't told me. I'm not telling you what some pastor, some guru don't told me. I'm telling you from experience. It don't matter what you've gone through. You can let that go. It don't matter what you've experienced. You can grow through that situation. It was never meant to imprison you. It was never meant to enslave you in the past. It was never meant to keep you stuck in some toxic bullshit, self-hatred, racism, sexism, It was never meant for that shit. It was meant to teach you a lesson. It was meant to help you grow up. But because you refuse to grow up, you don't see the lessons. Man, it's 2023. What do you got planned for this year? What are you going to accomplish this year? Do you have a vision board? Do you have a game plan? It's typically everybody got goals of what they want, but we don't create a plan to get there. We don't have an understanding of how we're going to get there. We got all these hopes. Man, I want to do this and I want to do this. How are you doing it? How are you going to accomplish that? What are you doing right here, right now, so that you can do those things? Oh, you want to go on a cruise by summer? Okay, how much money are you saving so that you could go on this cruise? So that you can really enjoy yourself? Oh, you want a house? You want a car? Okay, what are you doing to enhance your credit score right here, right now? So that when it comes time to buy the house, you got money saved up and your credit score is what it should be. What are you putting the work in? Oh, you want a queen? You want a king? Are you dealing with your shit? Are you dealing with your emotional baggage? Are you dealing with your toxic belief systems? Because if you want a real king ain't dealing with a whole bunch of bullshit. A real queen, she ain't dealing with a bunch of bullshit. And they don't give a fuck how good looking you are. You have to raise your frequency. You have to put yourself on the frequency of a king, of a queen. See, so many of us, man, we're pawns. You know what I mean? And we have a fucking pawn mentality. That's chess. We have peon mentality. We have slave mentality. What's up with you, Derek? We have a slave mentality. We have a peasant mentality. But then we're expecting to get a fucking king. You're not going to get a king with a peasant mentality. You're not going to get a queen with a peasant mentality. You have to change your frequency. You got to let go of some shit. You got to raise your vibration. And see, the truth is, most people think it's about how you look. Man, I look good. I'm taking care of myself. And so people go to the gym. I'm at the gym all the time. And I see people working out all the time. They want to look good for a man. They want to look good for a woman. And I'm not knocking that. But there's some people that's overweight. And they got a man. There's some people skinny as fuck. Ain't got no curves to their body. And they got a man. There's some women that ain't got no fucking teeth. Bifocal glasses on, and they got a man. And they're happily married. We have to grow up and stop being so fucking superficial. It's not about just how you fucking look. But because we're so ignorant and stuck on stupid, man, I gotta, because we don't follow the Kardashians and all these other simple-minded motherfuckers, on TV. Man, you got all these ass jobs. We got our titties done. We got our pecs done. We got all this other stupid shit thinking that's what it takes to get a man. That's what it takes to get a woman. No, the fuck it don't. Because you got a whole lot of motherfuckers that ain't got no titties. You got a whole lot of motherfuckers that ain't got no ass. And they got a man. I know this is rough to hear. But it's real. It's real. Your life can change like that. 2023 can be a great year for you. I'm thinking back to 2022. Man, I thought I was gonna die from COVID. You know what I mean? COVID, I got it like right after Christmas, the last week of December. I had no idea that I would be married this year. I had no idea that I would be in love this year. I had no idea that I would accomplish the stuff that I accomplished this year. Nah. I humbled myself, got in alignment with God, and asked God to show me, okay, I got plans for da. But what are your plans, God? What plans do you have for me? Do the plans I have match up with the plans that you have? Because if my plans don't match up with God's plan, then fuck my plans. You know what I mean? Man, fuck that shit. God, let me get hooked up with you. What plans do you have for me? Source, universe, most high, what plans do you have for me? What's in my best interest? Let me humble myself so I can receive what God is showing me about my best interest. Let me humble myself so I can receive what God has in store for me. Man, we have to grow up. We have to grow up emotionally. Man, I don't know what else to say. You know what I mean? I don't know what else to say. I talk about a lot of the same stuff, different stories, but it's always about our growth and development. It's always about us, man, about our frequency and our energy. Because that's all that matters, family. That's all that matters. Stop getting distracted. Stop getting distracted. Stay connected to God. And again, being connected to God has nothing to do with being involved in religion at all. And watch your life change. Watch how your life, everything just starts unfolding for you. Everything just starts working out for you. Man, hope and pray that something's been said to bless you, to encourage you, to inspire you. And again, my beautiful queen and I, we thank you guys for being a part of this tribe. We thank you guys for being here on this live. Man, for those of you that showed up for the men's meeting, again, it's going to be every Saturday at 3:30. We have this men's only group where we have heart-to-heart conversations and chop it up about real life shit. You know, we call the group Home, Healing Our Men Emotionally. Home, Healing Our Men Emotionally. Man, if you're interested in becoming part of that, man, shoot me an email at ElijahAmmi.com. Or, matter of fact, you know, skip that. Send me an email at Healing Our Men Emotionally, all one word. Healing Our Men Emotionally at gmail.com. I'll put the information in the descriptions and then I'll put it in the comments as well. Healing Our Men Emotionally. Women, I haven't forgotten about you. We're going to start a group where it's just women, you know, and it's just going to be some type of live stream. I don't know how, probably through Zoom or something of that nature. And we'll probably be getting that started sometime at this month. I just want to pray on it a little more, just get some more information about that, where it's just us chopping it up about real life shit, just women only. You know what I mean? It'll be something that my queen and I will be doing, and I'll be giving you guys more information on that. Home, Healing Our Men Emotionally, that's just for men. That's just for men. Because we have to grow up. We have to have a place where we can feel safe and talk about real life shit. so that we can become better. Man, I love you guys. My queen and I, we love you guys. We thank you guys for being here. Man, it's our year. Every year is our year. Every day is our day. It's what you do with it. We're given new opportunities, new beginnings every single day. What do you do with it? What do you do with your time? What do you do with your energy? What do you do with the things that you already have? How are you using what you already have to be a blessing to others? So many of us, we don't realize how selfish we are. We want more, we want more, but we're not using what we already have to be a blessing to others. You want more money, but you won't bless others with what money you already have. You want people to sow into your ministry, sow into your business and help you with it, but you won't do the same thing for others. There's this thing in life called you reap what you sow. It's called karma. It's called planting and receiving, harvesting and receiving. How are you sowing into the lives of others? How are you sending hope and love into the world? Man, we got to get our shit straight. We got to get it straight. We love you guys. We thank you guys. Man, our next live will be Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. We do our lives on Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and then we'll do our lives again on Sundays at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Times. And just during the week, we'll have just videos that will be coming out. Man, we thank you guys for your love. We thank you for everything that you've done with us. This coming Saturday is going to be another question and answer live. So whatever questions you have, just bring them to the live on Saturday at 10 o'clock, and that's what we're going to talk about. And again, we're about growth and development here. I don't give a fuck about politics. I don't give a fuck about stupid shit. You know what I mean? If it ain't got shit to do with our growth and development, I don't spend time on that. I don't waste energy on that. Okay, so anything about growth and development, how do we do it, whatever, man, bring it to our live on Saturday. That's what our session is going to be about this Saturday. It's just going to be question and answers about whatever you guys want to chop it up on. Thank you. Happy healing. Peace.